Okay, so here's a wee proof of concept of how we could do GIRFEC forms within G Suite. So currently, I think quite a lot of schools have these GIRFEC forms where it's basically a Word document, kind of like this one in front of us, and you fill it in, you save it, you send it to your PT, faculty head, and they then put in their response, save it, forward it on to guidance, maybe act on that, and then it kind of maybe goes to the office and files away in a PPR. But there's quite numerous versions, and it's quite hard to then have an overview of the school as maybe how many incidents around nurture or are they included, and you can't really see that how many of these forms are coming from each faculty or whatever. So what we could do is we replace that with a Google form. So we've got a pupil Donald Trump, and I enter certain information down here, so year group, guidance house, and sort of the indicators here are the Shinari indicators. The description of the concern, it's really just a Google form of that template that we've used. You can obviously include strategies tried here, which saves teachers a little bit of time from having to type that in. You can obviously add more if they want. But when you click submit on that, that response goes into a Google Sheet. But a Google Sheet, isn't the easiest way for us to use this. So we can see there's Donald Trump, but we've got some code pulling all this together behind the scenes, which automatically takes that information and looks at for example, the guidance house, in this case it's Nevis, and the faculty, and then from that information it knows who to email. So you'll see here I've got an email. Now this is all in testing just now, so it's just my email address, but I get an email notification saying that a member of staff has filled in a GIRFEC form, and when I click on that, I can then be taken to the Google Doc, which we've basically mail merged the information that you've entered from the form into here. So we've got the information that the class teacher has entered. There is no longer the issue of version control. So as a PT or a faculty head, I would write my response in here, and then I could then just punt that email onto the pupil support. So there's no more issues around version control. However, that's one part. So it saves a bit of workload because, strategies tried, save a bit of time, and no more versions and having to attach them in emails and so on. But I think the most impressive thing that we can do is, because we're now logging this digitally in a Google Sheet, we can take that information and put it into Google Data Studio, and we can look holistically at the GIRFEC forms for a year group. Now this is all sample data, it's not really any actual real life stuff that we're using just now, it's just in testing. So we can see at a glance how many GIRFECs have been sent for 1 year. We can see down here on the left hand side, that's just some of our faculties, the guidance house, the year groups, and if I go down, I can even see how many GIRFECs for each pupil. So I'll just sample pupil names there. And if we scroll up, the impressive thing here is that for, let's say, a guidance teacher, they could home in on their guidance house. So say, right, I'm Nevis. So you wanted to then see how many maybe incidents are coming from certain faculties, maybe see the pupils in your guidance house. And similarly, you could do this for, if you were a faculty head, you wanted to only see your faculty. So I'll do my one. I could look at just my faculty, see how many GIRFECs have came in, what guidance houses, what pupils they are. And similarly, again, you could do this as a year head. If you're a deputy head teacher wanting to see what the stats are for your school. Now this is just one part. This is one tool within a school that we could use Data Studio to try and present that information. So you're kind of hitting two things. One of them being that you are streamlining the process from going from filling in a form, attaching an email, digitizing that into a Google form, and then sending that, but also using that information to get a holistic view. And you could do this with instant forms. You could do this with, we use something like Suite of Letters, sending letters home and stuff, so we can collect all that information. You can even make nice views around attendance data from CMIS. So yeah, it's just one potential, a proof of concept to show how this could actually work.